Okay, this is step one. You get the honorable CMOS and it comes to you like this, nice and raw, very honorable. Now, you take this and you make sure that you put it inside of a lot of water. Let it soak. I don't care if it's just a little bit or if it's a little bit less. Still soak it in a lot of water because that CMOS is going to absorb all of it. And it shouldn't end up soggy and things of this nature. You know, if you get that soggy feel right away, it probably hasn't grown or it didn't go through its course already in the water. Now, once you soak this after 24 hours, right, what ends up happening is it turns into this here. I want to grab it like I want to. It turns into this. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm using, this is my personal use here, but I'm just giving you guys an example of how it's done. So after it soaks for 24 hours, it comes out of the water, and you put it inside the blender. This is how I put mine inside the blender. Now look, guys, I want you guys to really pay attention to this. You see this? Now I'm going to fill it all the way up almost with CMOS. Excuse the little gel that I had left in there from me just making some gel, but just giving you guys a better example. See that? I use alkaline boiled water. I boil the water, then I alkaline it with a lime. And that usually gives me the best results. I mean, you don't have to go around, how can I say it, wasting money buying a whole bunch of water when you can boil it, get all the whatever impurities that they have in there, then soak it in lime and alkaline the water. Boom. Now, here it is. I'm going to put a little bit more water in here. Now, look, I want you guys to see something here. See how much water it is in there? To all my dudes used to be in the streets, all my brothers and people who used to be in a negative mindset, when you used to cook your blow, you would do your water similar to, you know, it would be similar to this. Like, you know, you would leave a little blow over top. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you a better grasp and understanding. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys, excuse me, I lost my lid. If you know anything about dealing with CMOS, you're going to break blenders, you're going to lose things. I like to get the cheaper blenders because they last longer instead of me buying a $200 one. I have a $200 one that I use at home, and I'm telling you this, it works perfect and a lot quicker, but, you know, you don't have to waste too much money. The goal is to be able to have money to spend on CMOS and get it and put it in your veins. Now, I'm going to put my honorable lid because, like I said, I lost my lid. Now, here I go. I'm going to wait till it gels up. If I see it not locking up right away, all I have to do is just take the rest of the CMOS that I have and it'll start filling it in there. It'll start locking up very honorably. Now, 1 second here. Starting off with this. Once it starts moving around, notice that the engine is moving in the blender and it's not really, you know, it's not moving, it's gel. It's time to take it out, put them in the 64-ounce packaging, 64-ounce gel mixer. Lock up, baby. A little bit of water in it. You don't want to make it water. This is not drugs, you know. So you don't want to water it down. You want to have that gel form. You want the customer to receive it and go ahead and put it right into the freezer for an hour, take out, get ready for use. Or just eat it like they want to. But you got to have some type of gel form. Understand it? $45 I have this for. Kingearner Seamossgold.com. Oh, listen to me. $45. You better get the cell. Listen, that cell is forever free shipping. trying his best to lock up. Oh, no. See, that's what happens when, you know, you don't have a very honorable source. You know, I done burnt this joint all the way out, and I don't understand how and why, but it's burnt. What I'm going to do is fill this one up, and I'm going to come back to you guys. Remember, CMOS is stronger than metal. You know, so once it wraps at the bottom of your blender, I don't care what kind of blender you have, and you continue to, you know, let it go and keep going, it's going to burn that motor out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anything else, man. It's man-made. It can break. But one thing for sure and two for certain, with these regular $15, $13 blenders, you can move around with them. You know what I'm saying? If you sell CMOS like I do, you have to have a blender with you in your vehicle. You have to have a blender with you wherever state you at. And you got to have the honorable raw. If you don't have those things and along with the bags, it's the same hustle, man. Except this is not poisoning our community. This is actually honoring our community. It's a totally difference, man. Let's get that understood here. When I use the example of crack and coke, I get the people to understand CMOS based off of a mentality that they once used. And see, the reason why a lot of you guys don't connect, you think that you got to, you know, that you want to come at these children your way. You have to come at them their way, what they were brought up in, what they were around. If you don't come like that, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to, you know, actually grab a hold of them. If you think about it, this is how I was able to be so successful with not just getting that output brain, but getting in the youngins' head and getting them to go in the right direction opposed to following that nonsense. Because one would say, damn, you know, damn, that's the best of both worlds. I get to go to jail, tell, come home, tell, go to jail, come home, tell, you know, that's recycling crime. And y'all excuse it. Somehow, some way, we're going to avoid that 5K1. And we're not going to do it talking to shoot 'em up, bang, bang stories and kill all rat nonsense. That's not what we're going to do, youngins. That's their trick. Their soul will testify against you. Yeah, it's always somebody watching. So why put yourself in that position, man? Why not kill them with success? I tell everybody all the time, what happens with the rats are, they go to jail and then they come home for telling. They lock you up. You're locked up. You do your time. You might do 10, 15 years in jail, whatever the case may be. Come home from prison, you like, man, I ain't going that route no more. Hold below. You hear about these rats continuing to get caught up in big cases, continuing to get locked up and things of this nature, and it blows your mind like, yo, the cocksucker go to jail and come right home from prison. That does not make any sense to me. You know, the reason why it doesn't make any sense to me, because at the end of the day, you must understand that at the end of the day, our people are repeating what we've done in slavery. The man in the field, who they call the nigger, in other words, right? They call him the nigga. He's out there. He's the field nigga. He's out there working hard, daily, day and night. But there's one field nigga out there that's aiming for one thing, and that's to be in that house, that big house. His goal is to get him and his family, even if it takes for his daughter to get raped. He has to get out that field because at the end of the day, what's going on in the field, he's not strong enough to be able to really hold on to it without breaking or just, you know, being a loser all the way. You know, a lot of men stood stern in that field. So what they do is they suck up to the slave master. They tell the slave master everything that's going on. You remember you hear the song in the church when they say, come by here, my Lord, come by here. When they sing that song, they're speaking of individuals, man, listen to me, that was trying to escape slavery. They was shooting codes out and different things because different parts of the plantation, they had to kind of, you know, meet each other and get an understanding without even seeing one another. So they would put it in a lot of their songs that they would sing out loud, you know. And the slave masters and the people that's the own brothers that was helping the slave masters, you know, with their guns on their brothers while they work, they was just in the field, like, you know, it's just like, keep them near. So some made it into that big house. You guys, y'all want to make it into that big house. Y'all ain't with just, you know, sticking in the field and toughening it out and, you know, staying under the radar and keeping it pushing. Y'all got to be seen. So what y'all go ahead and do is tell on everything in order to go up to the federal agent slave master. You guys even become their friends and helping arresting individuals. You aware why you own one and just say, no, that's my man. Tell the D, oh, we want this guy. Nah, I ain't wearing it on him. Or hide your other friends. It's just, no honor. And any youngin' that's watching, get an understanding of how Kingearner really changed. How Kingearner was able to actually get his mind together, and go on a positive route. Well, first praying to Allah. Allah says he doesn't change the condition of man to man change the condition of himself. So once I changed the condition of myself, what I done was I began to take this CMOS. I had high blood pressure real bad. The CMOS worked for me, man. I was taking this, and I was taking apple cider vinegar mixed with real raw honey from the beehive damn near. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my blood pressure was just like going. I start weaning down off the medication because those on blood pressure medication, you cannot just stop your medication. If you're on diabetes, whatever type of medication you're taking, I advise you not to just stop it. You notice the CMOS is working, you start weaning yourself down. I've known individuals to go to the doctors who claimed they had pacemakers in their heart, bad hearts and things of this nature, and guess what? They go to the doctor and the doctor like, whoa, your blood pressure is like kind of low. Well, the reason why their blood pressure sometimes be very low is because both of the CMOS and the medication is working. The understanding that the medication has side effects, CMOS does not. Well, it has side effects. The side effects CMOS have is effects that you will want, you and I, especially a man, wants. He wants to continue to want to make love to his woman. You know what I'm saying? If he's single, he wants to be able to have that ability, that opportunity when he finds him a woman to be able to go. You know what I'm saying? So these foods and the nasty things that we take, that we put in our body, and the drugs and the whatever, even the things that we're inhaling, it ruins our immune system. It ruins our body, period. Inside and outside. So the CMOS helps those cells. That pattern that doctor see, that doctor says, hold on for a second. I see this pattern. He calls another doctor in and they look around and they see it and they say, oh, he has cancer. They call those patterns that they see cancer. That's what they see in the cells. They call it that. But guess what? It's only mucus. It's mucus. Once that mucus gets into those cells and it overtakes them, your body don't have the strength to fight off. What ends up happening is your liver, your different organs, your kidneys and things like that are shut down on you. Once they shut down on you, it's a rap city because it's kind of hard for them to bring back, and that's only God can do that. That's where we get to understanding. But some have been in that state and made it out. Some haven't. That's why we promote you take this cell replenisher, this CMOS. This is a cell replenisher. It's 92 of that 102 minerals that your body is made of. So only thing that can cure you of anything that's wrong with you is you. Scientists, doctors, everybody has an understanding of that. If you think about bacteria in bread, if you let it sit out, they use that in penicillin. They're using the actual bacteria that's natural in order to cure you. Well, I'm telling you that you have parts of you that cure you based off of what you consume in your body. A lot of times we just eat too much, stress ourselves out. A lot of brothers don't understand that. They say, damn, Kingearner, you said that when you had the high blood pressure medication, you had erectile dysfunction where you was like, yo, sometimes I can't get busy, and why is that? Well, I'm going to tell you what that was. That was a side effect of the medication. The very second, that's what made me change my life. Any man understands that they can't live with that type of mindset. So I, from the rip, start doing push-ups, burpees, everything, running in place, fast, whatever, get it about me, whatever they ain't supposed to be. And when I started implementing the CMOS, I started running around here like when I was a youngin' and stuff, and I'm waking up in juvie camp, in a can, thinking about the chicks at home. I started moving around like, damn, I got to have a trapper keeper in order for me to be able to talk to someone if I was in school. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Because I cannot calm down. This has that honorable understanding that if it's in your veins, you're going to be able to honor your wife or your wives, whatever the case may be. I'm Kingearner from the Honor Your Life campaign. I teach you about CMOS. I've taught you from the beginning. I gave you an understanding when we put it in the soaps and the cream. And let me give you an understanding of this honorable cream. Everybody that bought cream that haven't received your cream, forgive me. There's so many orders. It was like 200-300 orders was like backing me up, man. I couldn't get an understanding, and I needed to get the right packaging. I got the right packaging, but let me. This is real gold, huh? Let me show y'all something. Look at the consistency. Look at the consistency in it. Now, I call it Kingearner's all-purpose halal cream, right? But look, somebody give me some answers. Huh? I didn't use a lot of it, did I? Elbows, everything. Did I lose a lot of it? I didn't. It's 5 a.m. and I'm carrying it. Listen to me. Every time before I pray, people, you want to put it on your skin. I don't got no combs, beards, but I'm going to say this to you guys. If I come back from the masjid, I'm going to be able to get some things off, and then we'll be able to move around, and I'll be able to sell some CMOS today to people in the Philadelphia, Delaware, and Jersey area. People, I hope that you got an understanding of how you make the honorable Seamossgold gel. I gave you the understanding from the raw form to when it's wet hydrated to put it in the blender and letting it gel up. I hope y'all got the understanding, man. It's very important because through all the things you see on my channel, one of the number one things that I honor the most and I want y'all to really take heed to is this. Because no matter what, this is the reason that there's not no negative violence going on, because I know how to call it on. I'm not about violence, you know what I'm saying? But I let people talk themselves in dishonorable situations. You think about it, them kittens want to Queen's Flip talking gangster. Gangsters don't go to people talking about anything. We were in a city for a very long time. I actually, Ubaka, that's a part of Queen's Flip Squad, part of his team and staff, he'll tell you how I went out there by myself a couple of times. Then me and Moss went out there, and I mean, you know, we not the ones running around here playing tough. If the opportunity presents itself and we feel as though that we have to defend ourselves, we will, and that's all we was there to do. And we didn't have any guns, we didn't have any knives, we didn't have anything. All we had was us, because at the end of the day, we're men. We don't have to use violence and be violent in order to prove a point. They talk themselves into looking like weirdos. Think about it here, man. I mean, these guys is delusional. You know, you can't say you want to fight somebody and then when you get the opportunity to see that person face to face, you take a picture of them. That's not honorable. That's called coppish. I need for everybody to ask them cunts, what was they taking pictures for? And that's why it's important that I use my voice in the right way. Youngins, don't feed into this type of nonsense. A person claim they want to be tough, don't you go looking for them, youngin. Don't you go do that. You know why? Because it makes you look stupid if you find them and don't do a damn thing. Especially if you sold wolf tickets online. I'm not with that. I'm not for that. Also, I got to address this cunt Jordan Tower. This cunt of a man thinks that it's okay to mention me in his own understanding. Now, let me give you understanding, Jordan Tower. You're not a brother of mine, so no level. You know, you're not. I have white friends that are brothers of mine and that aren't Muslim. But you're not. You can tell. You're just a racist. You don't give nothing back to our community. A lot of you cunts don't. I've done more than any of you have ever done since you've been here. Yeah, you might get a couple more views, but you're not touching the people overall. I have a health product that's changing mindsets. I got a squad of youngins in every city that honor and love everything about what I'm doing. And that says, no, I'm not going to put that gun on my hip today. I'm not going to get high. I'm not going to do that negativity. All because of my campaign and what I stand for. But all you do is stand for reporting like you from the news. You should have went to school and been a reporter. Them numbers ain't adding up on me. You know, you must be one of them dudes dumping 90 going north. You probably on dope and everything else, sitting around and your YouTube money go right back to the drugs. I know you're kind. I can look right to you. I look right at you. Platform is weak and guys like you ain't gonna last, man. Ain't no way you're gonna tell me that the subscribers and the impressions that I have on my platforms is more honorable than a lot of individuals because the people are in tune and I converse and I don't look down on them. You know, it's all about honor. You've been ball handling me for a long time. You so they're cutting the CMOS and blending. Your honor is snatched and it can never come back, man. Pouring him up, let me see. They said they be smoking on that loud pad. We drinking on this mutt. Let me get this correct the right way. So you guys can see how to pour it inside the pouches. Right. See? Don't worry about it. We got an honorable floor. Just cleaned right up. Everybody's on a payroll based off honors. No one, damn janitor getting some money. You hear me? See how I let it sit there for a second? You see how it gelled up better? Remember that when you let it sit for a couple seconds before taking it out of the blender, it'll give it its own, like, how can I say it? It's like a sheet of gel that it's going to give. The air is going to give it to it naturally. You know what I mean? That's why I let it sit for a minute before I pour it. And when you're done, this is the gel form. This is how I'm doing it. But look. Now you see how Kingearner actually take time and do it. Look. I'm glad. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I love this kind of like class tonight. It's like a kind of a class. I love it. It was fun to me because we got a chance to talk about some positive stuff. We got a chance to get an understanding of how you do the CMOS. Don't nobody have this much CMOS. They don't have it for $45. Make sure y'all click the link in the bio. Click the link in the descriptions if this is YouTube. Make sure I adhere. And remember what I said to you youngers. Don't fall for that nonsense. Pull up here. And if somebody's coming to your city or your neighborhood, you let them come. You don't sick nobody on them, man. Because that's only one big game. See, we didn't go there with them intentions. Flip bust out with the conversation about it and told us. We appreciate Flip because he treated us like men. He made sure that we had a fair chance if there was going to be something. And I'm pretty sure in his heart he know, you know, we talked, we conversated. And it's like, what was the reason of taking pictures of this man? And I don't think Flip deals with you kittens that much if he didn't have you up on his show. And at the end of the day, y'all went to other shows that is weak. Bottom line, man, you know, it's weak. This reigns supreme is based off of honor right here. Even my haters love it, and guess what? I love to serve it to them because I got a lot of haters and I got a lot of people that don't like me. But for the most part, you know, any stand-up dude that don't like me, they begin to like the new me because it's like, damn, his ain't in my way. You know, I could be a thorn. I could be a thorn in somebody's side, man, and on that negativity side of things. But that's not the lifestyle. We left that alone over 20 years ago, and we giving up some honor, man. Kingearner live and direct, 64 ounce Seamossgold gel. I gave y'all away understanding how to use it and what to do. It's up to y'all to go ahead and carry it live and direct.